Hey everyone. Hello. Good afternoon. おはようございます。Hello everyone. おはよう。I'm Freodore, the signia of NIJISANJI EN's 11th unit by the beat. NIJISANJI EN 所属 by the beat のビジュアルセンスがこだわりのデザイニア、フリオドールです。Hey everyone. Hello. Welcome. Hi. So, today as usual we're gonna have our coffee Zatsu. But it's been a while since I changed my usual recipe, so recently I've been having really good results with this new recipe, so I thought it would be nice to showcase it. And for some reason, I felt like I had to do it today instead of my usual day Sundays. そうですね、今回はいつも通りコーヒー入れますね。今回は新しい日常使ってるのレシピを紹介したかったですけど、なんか普通の月曜日じゃなくて今日やらないといけない時がしてたから、じゃあ今日しようね。 Thank you for the super chat. Thank you very much. Alright, so since for some reason you guys also seem very eager to accompany me brewing coffee today, shall we go ahead and start? まあじゃあなんか今日はみんな元気にコフィー雑談に来てくださったみたいから、じゃあ入れましょうか。よし。So the beans we're going to be using today are not new beans. They are beans that I introduced in my anniversary stream. But we're going to be approaching them differently with this recipe. 今回は新しい豆使いませんね。1周年の配信の同じ豆使いますけど、今回は別のレシピでもう買いますね。Where's my Miark? Where is it? Oh, there you go. Let's get that. Anyways, here it is. So, we're gonna be using the Origami Air M with a new recipe that I called the 3-pour clarity. This time I have adapted 2 recipes from 2 creators that I really respect. The usual 2-pour or double bloom recipe from Lance Hedrick, as well as Brian Kwan's usual 3-pour recipe. Brian Kwan, I believe, approaches this recipe with a mellow drip, so very gentle, barely any agitation on the second and third pours, but we're not gonna be doing that. So this is how it's going to go. As for the filter, I also changed my filter. There is no specific reason for it. I still like the TH3 filters a lot. It's just I ran out of them. And when I saw these on the store, they were cheaper and they are supposed to be just as fast, so I wanted to give them a try. These ones are not as big as the usual TH3 filters that I'm using. So I realized while I've been brewing with these that using smaller filters does affect the way you bloom and the way you pour. It made it a little bit easier for me to pour, so maybe next time that I buy my usual TH3 filters, I'll buy the smaller size. I only brew for myself anyway, so it might be worth trying. And as for the coffee, we're gonna be doing the Lica Torres coffee from Black and White. This is a Costa Rica origin coffee. And the process, it's a black cherry natural, which it's pretty similar to just a normal natural, but they let the fruit past, whatchamacallit, they let it go a little bit past the ripe period of the fruit. For you, Mr. Debonnier. This is no time for fish. This is coffee time. Thank you for coming, though. I hope you can have a nice tuna sandwich later today. Mata kondo 美味しいツナサンドイッチを食べたらいいね。デボニアさん。But yeah, as I was saying, this is a black cherry natural with notes of cocktail cherry, port wine, white icing, and milk chocolate. So pretty sweet and winey type of bean. But this time we're going to be using the Easy Presso CP6 at 58 clicks compared to the last time where I used the Comandante. Last time when I brewed it with the Comandante, I was trying to blend these notes into like a very balanced and pleasurable cup. But this time what I'm going to be aiming, even though this is probably not the ideal bean for it, usually the ideal bean would be more of like a very floral, light washed. We're gonna be aiming for separation of flavors. I want to be able to like taste these flavor notes a little bit more clearly. So this time I'm gonna be using this grinder, the Easy Presso CP6, and this recipe should also be helping me achieve this. Now, as for the recipe goes, we're gonna be doing a bloom of 60 grams. This is the biggest change that I've been doing when it comes to my recipe these days. Usually I do 45 milliliters or 45 grams of bloom, but that sometimes makes it a little bit hard for me to pour, especially on the satsudans. So I tried increasing the amount of bloom volume. And I've been having pretty good results. It makes it a little bit easier for me to coat all the grounds that I grind. And I've been getting a pretty good cup of it. So for now, I've been changing the blooming quantity to 60 grams for all my brews. Then around the 1 minute mark, we're going to be pouring around until around 170 grams. And then once all of the water from this pour has flowed, usually around the 1 minute and 45 second mark, we're going to be pouring until 240 grams. If it was a washed, we're going to be changing the 240 to 250. But other than that, this is a pretty easy recipe. I pour with pretty high agitation for the sake of optimizing extraction with these coarse grinds and fast filter papers, but the recipe that this was inspired by uses a way gentler, no agitation at all, very laminar pour approach to these two pours. So this is just how I adapted it for myself. Alright, so if you'll excuse me, I'm also going to be explaining this recipe briefly in Japanese, okay? じゃあ少しだけ日本語でも説明しますね。今回はいつも通りのドリッパーを使いますね。折り紙 RM。そしてこのレシピは好きな、尊敬してるのコーヒー YouTuber の2つのレシピを混ぜたね。こうやってこのレシピを生まれました。ランス・ヘドリックの2ステップレシピ、そしてブライアン・コアンのハイクラリティレシピ。そして使ってるのフィルターも変わりましたね。普通にカフェク TH3 のフィルターが好きだけど、もうなくなっちゃったから、そしてお店でこのフィルター見たから、じゃあ面白そうと思ったね。カフェ TH3 のフィルターみたいに同じぐらいに流すから、じゃあ試してみようかと思ったね。このフィルターサイズはなんか2倍のカップだから、いつも 使うフィルターより小さいだけど、このフィルター使うたびに結構なんか注ぐのもっと簡単になった気がしたから、いい感じだと思ったな。そしてこの豆は1周年の配信で同じ使った豆ね。コスタリカのナチュラル。そして結構チェリーとワインみたいな味が強かったね。今回はコマンダンテじゃなくて Easy Press CP6 で弾きますけどね。だって前回なんか味わいを全部混ぜてバランスのカップを入れたかったけど、今回はなんかもっと透明感で入れたいから Easy Press CP6 で弾きますね。58クリックで。そしてこのレシピで3番目の注ぎステップがあります。最初の蒸らしは60g まで注ぎますね。普通に45g で蒸らししてたけど、最近60で入れて本当になんかいい結果になりましたから、じゃあとりあえず60で蒸らしようと思ったね。1分で170g まで注いで、そしてこの2番目ステップのお湯を流した後で普通になんか1分45秒で残ってるのお湯を入れてみます。注ぎます。今回は 240g で。それ後で完成します。Alright, thank you very much for your patience. That was the explanation in Japanese. それは日本語の説明でしたね。ありがとう、ありがとう。So, with that being said, how about we start brewing the coffee, right? じゃあ、入れましょう。Gonna be turning off the BGM and the filters. There you go. I'm gonna change the microphone setting. There you go. I believe my room is a little bit more audible now. 今も部屋はもっと聞こえるようになりましたね。Like this. So let's start heating up the water. We're doing 90 degrees. And we're going to be doing 15 grams of coffee like usual. いつも通りの 15g 使いますね。お湯は90度で。So we're doing around 15 grams. $15.1. Nice. Okay. We got it. Yosh. We're gonna... it's a little bit scary for me to use this because it sprays water, but just gotta be careful so it only touches the bean. これ、ここで、なんていうの？なんか静電気ために水スプレーしますけど、これはちょっと怖いですね。Got it. Okay. Nice. できた。And well, I was using like 63 clicks on my CP6. Lately, I've been dialing it back to 58 clicks, and I've been getting pretty good results. It's still coarse, but it's still not super coarse. And so far, it's been nice with these beans that I've been using. So for now, we're gonna be doing 58 clicks. そしてさっきなんか63クリックで 引いてたけど、今回は58クリックで入れます。引きますね。I think it's a pretty good point for these beans that I'm using. Alright, so we're gonna start grinding, okay? じゃあ、豆を引きます。We have finished grinding. 引けましたね。This grinder is super fast. Super fast. このグラインダー結構早いですね。Super fast. よし。We're gonna be reading the dripper now. じゃあ。ドリッパーを準備します。Okay, 15 grams. Also, something cool about these filter papers, I feel like most modern filter papers are okay to brew without having to wet them. But these ones actually, on the packaging and on the store page, they say that it's completely okay to use without rinsing, so no need to rinse these papers at all. I mean, the reassurance is nice, even though most paper filters are okay nowadays. そうですね。お店でこのフィルターを貼らなくてもいいって言ってるよね。まあ最近のフィルターが全部大丈夫だけど、まあ確認されてよかったね。料理 now, I'm not cooking, I'm brewing coffee. コーヒー入れる。Alright, so our water is getting ready. Let's be careful because it's hot. じゃあお湯をそろそろ準備します。Can you hear it? It's heating up. 聞こえるね。There you go, 90 degrees. Okay. 90度。じゃあ、始まります。Let's start. Where's my stopwatch? Okay. So we're gonna do a bloom around 60 grams. 60 グラムまで。There you go. It's flowing nicely so far. いい寝かしてるね。Doing a 60 gram bloom instead of 45 makes it really easier for beginners or people that are not having that are still getting used to the pouring technique to soak all of the ground, so it's way more forgiving. やっぱりなんか 60g で蒸らしするのは初心者に注ぎやすいね。なんかコーヒーの粉を全部触れるって。Alright, so it's been a minute. We're gonna be pouring until 170. pretty agitation heavy pour. It's okay. 170g まで注ぎます。よし。このレシピで僕の注ぎは結構攪拌が強いよね。Alright. The water is almost done flowing, so we're gonna do our last part, okay? じゃあ最後の注ぎします。There you go. 240 milliliters. じゃあ240ミリまで注ぎました。Okay, I'm gonna get my other cup ready. Yes. You guys can hear how strong the wind is, huh? I just wanna like curl up and sleep with this weather, but I'm just glad it's not hot. 風聞こえるよね、窓。And we're done. 完成しました。一日眠くなっちゃうよ。Alright. Let me just pour these things away. All right. Let's see. Anyone that has a misophonia or is not good with drinking noises, I'm gonna be doing some taste testing, so for the first sip, I might be a little bit loud. Be careful, okay? 飲むの音苦手人注意しますね。最後の味わいがうるさくなるから。Alright. Provecho. Gracias. Thank you. じゃあ、いただきます。That's pretty interesting. Yeah, in the end, changing the grinder, changing the recipe really affects how this flavor is perceived. So this time, the coffee is significantly lighter than when I brewed it with the Comandante. But I can definitely... It's not just like a bunched up together combination of flavors, but this time it definitely does feel way more clear, but also the flavors further away from each other in a way. I feel like, if anything, the wine strong feeling of this bean has been reduced. Now I taste a little bit more of the cherry, and it's the sweetness hits you way after, not as easily as not as fast as it did before. right now the tasting note that I taste the most is the cherry. I would say maybe cherry, then the icing, then the wine, and then the chocolate, perhaps. Let's give it a try. There is some nice pleasant acidity to the cherry note, probably because of the grinder that we're using today. It's definitely like a way lighter drink this time, but it's not as sweet. It's not as winey. I feel like if I wanted something with more body, something more dessert-like, then I would probably still go with a Comandante grinder instead of the CP6. The CP6, I think it's usually more ideal for washed coffees, really light roasted coffees, and then also beans that are very like fruit or floral forward. But even on this bean that is more focused on like sweetness than like acidity or fruitiness or florality, it's still pretty nice. It's pretty nice. そうですね。まあ前回より味わいを全部混ぜてるよりなんかもっと距離がある気がするんよね。前回一番なんか結構甘かったけどなんていうの、なんか濃厚なワインみたいな感じがあったけど、今回はもっとなんかあっさりになったね。一番わかる味わいはチェリー。最初でなんかいい酸味が最初で味わって、後でなんか後味でそう後味でなんかチョコとアイシングの甘さが出るよ。普通にこの豆はこのグラインダーで入れないけど、まあ結果は悪くないよね。CP6 はなんか普通になんかフルーティー、残味とフローラルを向けてるけど、コマンダンテはなんかもっとなんかバランス、ボディ、そして甘い向けてるから、いいコンビだったかも。I really think having like I don't think everyone needs a comandante. Comandantes are really pretty expensive, but having something like this for clarity and then having a balanced grinder like the Easy Press OK Ultra or the Comandante Z40 makes a really good versatile combination for different types of beans. Because not every bean, this is something about the CP6 that is pretty let me get my Mjörk. Yeah, there is something about the CP6 that is very prominent. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. It's very strong that it's very focused on clarity, but not every bean is roasted the same, right? Not every bean is roasted the same, so there are times where that clarity will also bring some unpleasant qualities of the beans. So perhaps a grinder that blends the flavors a little bit more is able to like not bring out those unpleasant factors of the bean. So yeah, no, unfortunately a lot of it depends on trial and error, but depending on like the kind of beans, it's you can kind of have an idea of what you would like to brew it with. おすすめのコーヒーってありますか？まあみんなの好みが違うから。おすすめするのは難しいね。ただいろんななんか豆タイプを試してみて、そうやってなんか自分の好みを見つけますと思う。日本でいろんな素敵なスペシャルティー喫茶店があるからぜひいっぱい寄っても夜のおすすめです。Sorry, I keep slurping. Usually, something I noticed though, very consistently in my cups. This is why it's very important to let the coffee cool down and not judge just based on the first sip. Is that after, even when I brew at 90 degrees, as it cools down, the notes become even stronger. It's a very common thing that I've been realizing throughout my brew, so in fact, I would say that the best point for most of the coffees that I brew nowadays have been like letting it cool down for like a good 5 minutes to 10 minutes. And of course, I don't start drinking 5 minutes or 10 minutes after I brew, but the difference in between freshly brewed compared to like a few minutes of time is pretty nice. And it really helps bring out the qualities and the subtleties of the coffee. That's why cheap coffee tastes really bad once it's cooled down, because there's really nothing to it. Furipape toma su café a 90 grados, depende, pero de 90 a 92 le gusta. Yeah, Furipape also likes coffee around 90 to 92 degrees. The taste changes with temperature? Yeah. And not for coffee. I think anyone that's familiar with tea should be pretty familiar with how important, depending on the tea you're using, the type of water you brew with, right? I think for a lot of teas, especially black teas, you don't even go past 90 degrees. You go to around 85, 88 because the temperature is really important. 多分お茶よく入れる人はこれは結構わかるよね。だって温度によって味が変わるから、お茶なら普通になんか90度以上で入れてるよね。だって本当に換気があるから。コーヒーが一番好きです。I do like coffee more than tea though, but tea is right. It's nice also. どっちも好きだけど、まあコーヒーが一番ですにゃ。Still nice though, pretty nice. I feel like last time I described this I think I described this bean or the last brew as like winter, right? When I first brewed it. But I think with this recipe, it leans more towards autumn compared to winter. 前回、季節と関係したら、なんか冬やと言ってたけど、今回はこのレシピでもっとなんか秋な感じがあるにゃ。初心者におすすめのコーヒーがありますか？まあ難しいですね。だってみんなの好みは違うけど。スペシャルティの喫茶店を夜のおすすめです。普通に多分、苦味が強くない浅入りはおすすめできるかな。いや、for beginners, It's really hard to recommend a bean. It's something I get really often, but it's gonna depend on the taste on everyone. But I guess something that it's easier to drink something with pretty low levels of bitterness. Maybe like a sweet light roast or a sweet medium. I think light roasts are pretty good for beginners, honestly. Light roasts, when brewed a certain way, they tend to produce the least bitterness, so I can recommend them for beginners. ¿Qué clase de pan crees que fuera bien con este café? Pues creo que sí le queda un pan dulce, pero... What kind of sweet bread would I associate? Or would I have with this brew? Pues no es este pan dulce tradicional latinoamericano, pero creo que quedaría muy bien con un taiyaki. Un taiyaki con relleno de frijol rojo. Siento que quedaría muy bien porque los notos de cerezo con el vino, siento que hace buena combinación. Yeah, I think this is not Latin American sweet bread, but I think taiyaki would suit it. Would suit this this brew pretty well. I think the cherry and port wine kind of flavor notes would go really well with like the red bean, the anko kind of a feeling. You know, I really like a taiyaki and especially the anko ones, the red bean paste. I've had like matcha, chocolate, custard, but I think the red bean ones are the ones that I like the most. そうだね、抹茶、カスタード、チョコレート、ヌテラのたい焼きを食べたことはあるけど。普通にあんこの一番好きだね。I thought you were a hedgehog? Where do you hear that? I'm a cat. ¿Un croissant? Un croissant también podría ir bien. Ya, croissantもいいよね。Yeah. Un croissant would be good also. Why not, right? I think the croissants are pretty versatile. What are you guys laughing at? 何笑ってんの? Pues el croissant original no tiene nada, ¿verdad? Y luego cuando tienen chocolate, no se le dice croissant, se le dice pan au chocolat. Eso es diferente. También muy bueno. También muy bueno. Ah, con relleno. Ah, bueno, eso es diferente, porque el pan au chocolat no es relleno, sino tiene pedacitos de chocolate, ¿no? Como trozos, cuadritos. Yeah, I think croissants in general are pretty versatile with different types of coffee drinks, but I think the normal ones, the plain ones, or the pan au chocolat suit most coffees pretty well. Most of them, maybe not the super fruity ones, but regardless. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you very much for the super chat. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you. Wonder where they got the idea that you're a hedgehog, huh? I don't know. I mean, I guess there are some things that are pretty similar, huh? So nice. Thankfully today's not that hot, so it's quite the perfect time to enjoy coffee. よかったけどね、今回はそんなに寒くなく、暖かくなくて、コーヒー飲むのちょうどいいよね。そしてありがとうございます。You do give hedgehog vibes sometimes? Oh, really? Is that so? Coffee コーヒーに合うのお菓子は何かありますか？まあ、コーヒーによるけど、今日入れたコーヒーは、たい焼きと結構合いますと、合うと思いますね。Aunque está haciendo calor, siempre tomo el café caliente. Bueno, esto es muy común en diferentes lugares, pero cuando hace calor, si tomas algo frío, no te vas a enfriar, te vas a enfriar un poquito y luego después vas a volver a sentir el calor. No pasa mucho, pero si consumes algo caliente, un caldito o un café o algo, tu temperatura corporal, se va a acostumbrar, así que va a ayudar a que no se sienta tan caliente. Yeah, no, this is very common in different places, but even when it's really hot outside, a lot of cultures still eat like a very hot soup or a very hot cup of coffee. I think there's a reason for that also. It's when it's hot outside, if you drink something really cold, you'll get a brief kind of relief feeling. But then it's gonna go away and then you're gonna feel hot again. So something that helps is actually consuming a hot meal. And that way your internal body temperature raises and it makes it so that the hot weather is not as strong feeling. I think both Latin America and Southeast Asia are pretty used to doing something like this. Pero de que no se antoja, a veces no se antoja. Sometimes you just don't crave it though, right? When it's hot outside. Like a hot beverage or a hot meal. There's going to be a like really hot weather coming soon also, so I'm also gonna have to start looking into improving my iced coffee recipe. Which approach do you prefer? I mean, depends on the mood. I like iced coffee also, so hot weather's a nice chance for me to start brewing it as well. そうですね、そろそろまあ いろんな場所でやったくなるから、また自分のアイスコーヒーレシピを出さないといけないね。El ice americano. Ah, eso es bueno. Americano frío. Vietnamese coffee is too strong, too concentrated, and too sweet for me. I've had it before and it's nice, but it's not usually the kind of like light floral cup that I tend to go towards. Do you drink iced coffee plain? Yes, all the coffee I drink is black. I do not put anything on my coffee. I have had Vietnamese coffee though, and it's nice. It's like sweet. Very sugary though. pulled coffee like kopi in Singapore? Well, I haven't tried it, so I wouldn't know. Sounds interesting though. Turkish coffee also I haven't tried. It's not that easy to make, but it's just not really what I chase right now when it comes to coffee. Right now, I'm too focused on pour over because I really want to focus on improving my technique to get like the most out of all these different types of processed beans. Like there's so many types of beans, so many types of processes for me to try that it gets a little bit overwhelming. It's like, what do I buy next time? What do I buy next time? I actually already bought 2 new beans that I am waiting on. I haven't even like brewed half of these bags from Black and White Coffee, but I couldn't resist. So I have 2 different bags of 2 different stores coming soon.そうですね、まあ最近なんか、まあ、ハンドドリップを最近じゃなくてずっとハンドドリップを集中してるよね。いろんな豆があるから豆の種類だから全然なんかいつも世界が広がってる気がするね。だから新しい2つのコーヒー袋を注文しました。後で届くかな。来週かな。来週ぐらい。そして2つの袋も別の店のコーヒーだ。If I give a spoiler about these beans, one is it's a pretty expensive fancy lactic maceration. No, lactic was it a lactic? Yeah, it was completely it was definitely lactic, but let me look it up real quick. But basically it was a fermentation that is not unlike fermenting yogurt with the fruit, producing a very like strong and fruity kind of coffee. And the other one's a very clean washed from Peru. I think it's gonna be the first time I drink coffee from Peru on stream, so it's gonna be nice. I had where is it? It's probably sold out already, huh? Let me see if I can look up. And I believe the lactic is from Colombia. Yeah, it's a honey from Colombia with a... Yeah, it is the carbonic maceration lactic fermentation. I'm probably gonna go more in-depth about that bean later on when we actually get it. But it's it looks super interesting. It has like the flavor notes of mango, peach, lychee, lavender, and elderflower. It sounds really nice for like especially once for these seasons. So pretty looking forward to it. そうだね、けど豆は、まあ、コロンビア品種の豆ですけど、プロセスは、生成過程は全然、なんか面白いと思う。なんか、carbonic maceration の lactic fermentation っていうよ。ブラックホニーのプロセス豆。そして味わいはマンゴー、桃、ナイチ、ラベンダー、そしてエルダーフラワーって。美味しそう。本当に美味しそう。Carbonic laceration. It's a maceration with an M. Carbonic maceration. I believe I've had other carbonic maceration beans on stream before, but yeah, not with a black honey process, and not with a lactic type of variant of it. Nangoku系のフルーティーな香りだ。そうですね。本当に楽しみにしてます。I know you like lavender scent, but what about taste? I usually like lavender taste, but I don't know. Today I feel like lavender is not something that I would enjoy. I think I'll probably like it later, maybe tomorrow. But yeah, not today. Lavender, for some reason today, I'm not vibing with. Maybe in the future. I don't know why. Today I just woke up feeling I don't like lavender. ¿Has probado café con alcohol? Sí, pero usualmente no es recomendado tomar cafeína con alcohol, así que no es mi preferencia. Si quiero tomar café, voy a tomar café. Si quiero tomar alcohol, voy a tomar alcohol. Ma, ラベンダーが普通に好きだけど、なんか今日は、今日はラベンダー気がないよね。多分明日はいつも通りまた好きそうだけど。Yeah, I mean coffee with alcohol, like there's the most famous things are the espresso martinis, right? But I usually try to avoid drinks that have caffeine and alcohol. It just does not seem like a combination that I wanna get into. And if I want coffee, I'll drink coffee. If I want alcohol, I'll have alcohol. Something that I'd rather have them separately than together. Coffee is good by as it is. You don't need to put so many things on it.ガティちゃんは今の姿を見たらどうなるんだろう。どういうこと？だって今日は何か違うの？違くないでしょ？これが最近気づいたけど、まあ教えてもらったけど、日本語でなんか時々僕が英語で What do you mean? って言いたいけど、その時に日本語でどういうことって言ってたけど、最近教えてもらったなんかどういうことっていうのはちょっとなんかストレートすぎて、ちょっと失礼じゃないけどなんか怖いなイメージがあるから。あれはびっくりした。僕はずっと使ってたから。そのつもりじゃなかったけど。There's something like I was only taught recently, but usually in English, it's very normal to say like, "What do you mean?" Right? Like in a very casual setting, but depending on the nuance, if I want to say it in Japanese, which the way I've been saying it always, like どういうこと? Sometimes it can come off as like very intimidating, very like cold or straightforward. So I was told that and I'm like, wait, I've been using it this whole time. Oh no, have I been scary in Japanese this whole time? Have I been like disrespectful, too straightforward in Japanese this whole time? Very interesting, very interesting. Also, this reminds me because speaking of Japanese, right? Because I guess I didn't really have a time to talk about this So we're gonna be changing the topics a little bit. 少しだけなんかコーヒーから話題を変わりますね。すると思わない。まあ、ただ、場合によるから、ただ気をつけますよね、これから。に、文脈で。So, you guys watched my collab with Splair, right? Our collab with By the Beat and Splair. Do you guys enjoy it? What do you guys think? 先週、スプレアの後輩さんたちとコラボしましたね。みんなはどう思った？僕にとって楽しかったわ。It was pretty fun for me. It was really fun. Everyone was really nice. みんなは優しかったね。優しかった。Even like the moment they started joining while I was preparing the stream, and then after the stream also we were able to talk a little bit. It was quite nice. そうですね。配信準備してる時に、そして配信の後でもう少しだけ会話するの機会があったから、いい感じだったね。It was very nice. I finally had the opportunity. I'm gonna reveal this now. ずっとなんかこの話したかったけど、やっぱりやっと機会があったね。We were all talking about things we like, right? And then I asked Yuno-san. It's like, hey, you like I&I, right? And he was like, yeah, I like I&I. I don't know a lot of people that like it, so yeah, we got to talk about I&I a little bit, the members we like. I also asked him if he was watching the new Produce 101 Japan season. It was nice to talk about. I also don't have a lot of people to talk about I&I with, so it was nice. けどそうですね、まあずっとこの話したかったけど、配信の後で、まあバイトビットとスプレアの皆さんなんか自分の好きなことを話せたけど、僕がユノさんに聞いてたね。ユノさんがI&I好きでしょって。誰が一番好きって。そしてユノさんがミニですって言ってたね。だってI&I の話するの方があんまりいないから、まあ両方が嬉しかった気がしたね。そして新しいの認知ポジションを見るつもりで聞いてたね。I also got to talk with Tsubasa-san a little bit about coffee also. そしてね、翼さんと少しだけコーヒーの話できましたね。楽しかったわ。It was fun. It was pretty fun. It was pretty funny because going back to Yuno-san, I was the one who first brought up like an idol group. I brought up I&I, and then after we finished asking about I&I, then Kalex brought up another idol group, and then they started talking about that, and then Zeal brought up another. I think he brought like Idol Master Side M or something, and they all started talking about that also. So I don't know. It's like a very versatile idol fan. He can talk about us three, about different groups. 結構なんか面白かったね。だって僕の後でキーリックスもアイドルの話してて、そして最後でジールもアイドルマスターサイダーも好きですかって聞いて、あの二人がサイダームの話してた。やっぱりなんかアイドルファンですね。So I like idols, but I don't know. I don't really watch a lot of like the Japanese side idols other than like the Paris 101 Japan groups. I know a little bit of it, but I don't. I'm more of like familiar with K-pop idols. So I imagine it must be nice. でもそうですね。まあ日本のアイドルは、まあ少しだけ存じてるけど、まあそんなに詳しくないよね。ただ、JO1 INI ミアイとか、なんか Produce 101 Japan、日プのグループを結構好きだけど、普通に K-POP なんですね。まあ J-POP なら、三浦大知とか、Psychic Fever とか、好きだけど。If it's J-POP, I like Miura Daichi, I like Psychic Fever. What else? There's whatchamacallit? 108? 108 is from Avex, so like it is J-pop. 108を最近も聞いてるね。You know, Psychic Fevers is really nice. The guy that always wears like a hat and like a big hat is really good at dancing. Do you like N-Team? Yeah, I like N-Team. I also like Hana, yeah. Hana Rose. I listened to Rose a lot back when it came out. Baby Metal, no sé si son idols, pero me confunde un poco. Pues Baby Metal, el concepto de Baby Metal es combinar el idol, la cultura idol con el metal, ¿no? Así que son idols de metal. Oh, XG I also really like. XG I feel like is so good. What's the main difference between J-pop and K-pop? Oh, it's very different. Like usually the dynamics with fans, the popular types of genres and sounds, I don't know, I feel like it's a completely different culture. It's pretty cool. Lately, there's a lot of J-pop groups that are inspired by the K-pop format, but they still retain some of the J-pop culture also. It's very interesting. Yeah, like when I think traditional J-pop, I don't think XG, for example. XG definitely feels like more global focus. But I mean, they're based in Japan, they're Japanese, so. I don't know. It's kind of dangerous because some people have different interpretations of what makes J-pop J-pop, what makes K-pop K-pop. So it becomes a different an argument that has no real answer to, right? But when I think J-pop, I also think of Hirai Ken. Hirai Ken is classic J-pop, right? まあ J-pop なら平井堅でしょ。クラシックだ。He's so good. There's also recently this very good dancer. It's also like a I think Imasu Ayumu. He's been really nice to listen to lately. 最近なんか歩むいますも結構いいよね。ダンスもうまい。つまりフリュウ君がポップスター歌う世界線がなんだろういつかかないつかがポップスターにポップスターかまあ約束できないけどいつかね。 Ayumimasu, I like Honeycomb. That's a song I like by them. Ayumimasu なら Honeycomb が好きよね。Lately, I've been listening to a lot of let me check. Been listening to this, vocaloid producer called Gesso. And for K-pop, I've been listening to One-Pact a lot. I don't know why, I just went back to the mood of wanting to listen to One-Pact. 最近こうフィールるときになんかボーカルを聴くならゲソを聴いてますね。ゲソのアルバム。そして K-pop なら One-Pact 最近聴いてます。こうフィールるときに。I think yesterday I was listening to Stray Kids also when I was brewing coffee. 昨日は Stray Kids を聴いてた。コーヒー入れたときに。Which song? I think the song's called Do It. I really like the verses for Do It. I do listen to N-Team, but I don't follow them as much as other groups. I do like them though, I just haven't gotten to given myself the time to put some time aside to listen to them a lot. But I think there was a song called Deer Hunter? Deer Hunter and then Fireworks, I think. I really like both of those songs. I think it was a big honor to be able to work with Lauren Kaori-san for Double Vision, because I think she's worked with N-Team a lot, so that was super cool. I think in general, Yuki Akari was a really cool album from N-Team. そうですね、N-Team ですね。まあ、聞いてるけど、OU の機会がまだ来なかったね。Deer Hunter と Fireworks が結構好きだった。まあ、雪あかりのアルバムがすごかったね。だからダブルビッシュのダブルビッシュの準備したときにナオレンカオリさんとなんかコラボするの機会があって本当に光栄だったね。だってナオレンカオリさんがいろんなエンティムの歌詞を書いてくれましたから。How do you guys feel about Double Vision? Did you guys enjoy it? Was Double Vision the kind of sound you guys were expecting for our next song? みんなは Double Vision はどう思った？なんかバイトビートの次の曲の期待と比べたら合ってたの？You know, the MB is really cool. Seems like many people were not expecting us to go for this path, right? みんなはなんかこのジャンルするのがあんまり予想してなかったか？ glad you guys like it though. 気に入ってよかったね。I'm also quite happy with how it came out. 僕もなんかダブルビッシュの結果を結構満足してますね。But will you dance? Will I? I don't know. I'm just a cat. Speaking of which, though, if you guys have not seen it already on the By the Beat official X, formerly Twitter, account, we are holding this this dynamic where we are accepting submissions from fans for lyrics in our next song. So we're gonna be reading your submissions, and then we're gonna be picking some of them to include into the song. No, it's not a joke. This is real. That one's real. いや、そうですね。みんなバイトビーの X アカウントで見たかな。日本語のポストがまだがないけど、次の曲のなんかファンがおすすめの一口とかセリフとかを教えますね、フォームで。だからぜひ僕たちが気に入ったセリフを使います。Do I like the pool? I like it from afar. I don't like swimming. Swimming is so boring to me. So I am the kind of person that rather stay on the side and look at it from afar. I think they can be really pretty pools, but no. Not that into it. 個人的になんかプールは入るのが好きじゃないけど、なんか綺麗だと思うな。You can swim if necessary, yes. Survival, right? I think it's important for people to know how to swim. 泳げるけど、サバイバルだけだね。海みたいに見るのがいいけど。Yeah, no, same with the sea. I like looking at the sea, but I don't like getting into it. 夏は好きですか？個人的に別の季節の方が好きだけど、一番好きなのは冬。Yeah, I'm personally not that big of a summer fan in general, but what I really like about this concept for the next song is that it's going to be a night pool. Usually it's way cooler in the night at summer, and I think there's a lot of memories that I personally have spending time with friends or with family in the summer nights. That's usually when vacations were a thing, right? So that's what I think it's gonna be fun. そうですね。個人的に夏があんまり好きじゃないけど、このコンセプトで次の曲のコンセプトは、ナイトプールだから、ナイトだから面白いと思うね。僕も、昔、夏の時間で普通になんか、夏休みがあるから、いろんな記憶があるよね。友達と家族と、いろんな、なんか、夏の夜で、いろんな楽しいの記憶があるから。 楽しそうと思う。Can you share when the second song will come out? It will come out when it comes out. Please, stay pending to our social media accounts for when we can reveal this. Sorry, no spoilers from me. すいませんね、ネタバレできない。SNS のアカウントで。だから SNS のアカウントをぜひフォローしてくださいね。And also like surprise, guys. Element of surprise. It would be boring if we knew everything when it's coming, when it's not. だからサプライズが大事ですね。全部を知ったらもう全部がつまらなくなるから。サプライズがいいよ。ただ楽しみにしてね。Gotta enjoy the uncertainty of things. So the coffee has significantly cooled down, by the way. And I can definitely taste the milk chocolate way more now with the cherry. It seems like it tastes almost like a chocolate covered cherry and it's really nice. もうコーヒーは冷めたけど、冷たかだけど、なんて言うの？コーヒーは、日本語忘れちゃった。冷たくなっちゃったけど、今もうなんかチョコレートの味わいは強くなったね。なんかチョコレートチェリーみたいな感じになった。冷たくなっちゃったって言いたかったけど、冷めちゃったもん当てるよね。Thought Cal's gonna have chocolate. I'm having coffee. This is just a taste. When coffee has tasting notes, it does not mean that it contains these things. Sometimes it can, just like on the processing. But when the coffee has these kind of notes, what it means is it just flavors that resembles that kind of flavor profile for you to have a reference as to what you should expect the flavor to be like. But it does not mean that it actually contains. It's kind of like wine. So this coffee does not actually have chocolate on it. It's just a reference for you to have. And that's why people recommend that for you to taste coffee properly, for you to taste wine properly, it's important for you to have tasted a lot of different fruits, a lot of different foods, so that you can have a comparison. Otherwise, you don't have a lot of points to compare to. So it's important to you can only describe coffee as limited as your experience tasting food is, basically. Because そうですね。いろんな味わいは書いてもらうけど、本当にコーヒーはこの素材を含まれてないよね。ただ参考できるためにこの味わいを書いてもらっているよね。なんかこうやっていろんな味となんかのアイディアがあるから。 でもコーヒーはそんなに、なんかコーヒーの素材はただ、コーヒーの果物ですね。まあ、先生勝手によるけど。So it's a real recipe. When I say recipe, it's basically the amount of bean to water ratio that we're using, the temperature, the type of grinder that I'm using, to what type of grinding level I'm using, and then the type of pouring steps that we're using. Same with like dripper and the filter. That's what we call a coffee recipe. This is just information about the coffee itself though. Yeah. そうですね。レシピということは、まあコーヒーの文脈で、使ってるギアとか、割合、なんか豆とお湯の割合とか、コーヒーの粉の低めとか、そして、注ぎのステップとか。これはただ、豆の状況ですね。Never used mocha pot before. Any expectation to? Yeah, I own like 2 mocha pots. I do like them, but I like pour over way more. Mocha pot is good for milk drinks, but I don't really make milk drinks anymore. If you like a really concentrated dark roasted coffee, I usually only drink light roast now. I never drink medium or dark roast anymore. So, hand drip is my go-to. Or pour over, as we call it in English. そうですね。まあ、モーカポット持ってるけど、そして昔は結構使ってたけど、最近が、深入りとあんまり飲まないよね。ずっと浅入りだから、ハンドドリップが一番好きよね。ミルクドリンクにいいけど。ベリーにあと、酸味系の豆が好きです。あ、僕もです。I also like a lot of coffee based on like acidity, kind of berries, fruits. Fruity floral coffees I like the most. But these kind of sweet coffees are also nice. Thoughts on drip coffee? Drip coffee is what I've been doing. This is drip coffee. It's hand drip, but it's drip coffee. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys about the other coffee I drank. I mean, I ordered. そしてなんか、もうあと一つの頼んだコーヒーの情報をお話してなかったね。スーパーチャットありがとうございます。Thank you for super chats. Thank you very much. Yeah, this is super interesting, guys. Like, so the coffee notes for this washed coffee that I also ordered are soft floral, golden kiwi, and white grape. It's a light roast, but it's not a super light roast. It seems very interesting, and it even recommends like being brewed with a coarse grind, which it's what I usually do. So it sounds super nice. そうね、この、ペルー品種の注文した豆は、の味わいは、ソフトフロラル、ゴールデンキウイとして、ホワイトグレープの味の香りが書いてもらってるから。本当に美味しそう。That one seems super nice on the CP6. CP6 とぐらいだと似合いそう。And it's from Cajamarca, Peru. ¿Cómo que golden kiwi? Golden kiwi es un variante del kiwi. Puedes buscar como gold kiwi fruit. Porque está el kiwi que tiene verde por dentro y está el kiwi que tiene amarillo por dentro. El que tiene amarillo por dentro se le dice gold kiwi. Yeah, you guys are familiar with the gold kiwis, right? Like the ones that aren't green on the inside but more like goldenish. 日本で買えたら飲んでみたいインターナショナルシッピングがあるかな。I wonder if this store in particular has a international shipping. They do not have international shipping, unfortunately. 残念ながら日本で買えなさそうね。残念だ。I do want to be able to buy more Japanese beans. There's a lot of stores that I'm really interested in. However, right now the shipping is really expensive, so I think maybe next time when I go to Japan, I can buy the beans myself and then without the shipping. So そうですね。まあ最近日本のお店からの豆を気になってるけど。最近シッピングが高いよね。日本から海外に。だから多分またこの日本に行ったらいろいろ買ってみますかな。There was this store that like this online store that I was really interested in. Let me check. 結構気になってたのオンラインお店があったけど。Where I was like, okay, I'll buy it. And then I saw the shipping and I'm like, I'm not buying. Trying to look for it. Conforme resultaría interesante tener comida NIJISANJI aunque fueran galletas oficiales o algo. Bueno, pues ahorita están vendiendo en los convenies, están teniendo las NIJISANJI snack en Japón, que son como galletitas de maíz. Y también tenemos varios Collab cafés que hacemos de vez en cuando, donde ofrecemos diferentes platillos limitados. Por ejemplo, ahorita tenemos el collab de Tokyo Dome City. En Japón empezó este mes, de hecho. Y ahí tenemos varios platillos como By the Meat Pie, Sparkling Round All Night, la bebida. Así que, pues, sí hay, pero a veces es muy limitado, ¿no? Yeah, no, I got a question asking, like, it would be nice to get, like, NIJISANJI themed food sometimes. And I mean, we do have, like, the NIJISANJI snack in convenience, I think. Which is like a corn flavored snack, and then we also have, depending on the collabs, the types of collab food items that are limited. I believe now the Tokyo Dome City collab started, right? And today or yesterday, Japan time, and we have the By the Meat Pie, By the Meat Pie meal, as well as like the Sparkling Round All Night drink. Kongo コラボしたいライバーさんがいますか？まあ、プレッシャーさせたくないから言わないよね。もちろん。コラボしたいライバーが多いけど。Yeah, it's a pretty clever name, right? I cannot take credit for it, but it's a very clever name. I saw it and I'm like, oh, that's genius. By the meat pie. Sparkling round all night was also really good for the sparkling drink. 本当になんか賢い名前だったね。全然クレジット取れないけど、本当になんか初めて見て、これは完璧だと思ったね。By the meat pie。そしてなんかスパークリングラウンドオンラインのスパークリングドリンクはいい感じでやったと思いました。And I'm trying to find the coffee store. I found the ones from Amsterdam that I was interested in, but those are not the Japanese ones. なんかお店をまだ探してるけど。アムステルダムのやつを見つけたけど。There was another one based in Paris. That seemed really interesting. Yeah, no, I cannot find it, so I'll have to mention it next time. やっぱりなんか見つけないから、また今度しますね。I can imagine myself like ending stream and being like, oh, meow. Now I just came out. now I remember. 絶対になんか配信終わって、思い出すかなって。本当にしてる。このフラグがずっと立ってるから。Usualmente, ¿de qué origen es el café que compras para tomar diario? Veo que este es de Costa Rica. Usualmente me enfoco más en las notas y en el tipo de proceso para el café, pero últimamente compro mucho de Colombia. Últimamente he estado comprando mucho de Colombia. You know, when buying coffee for me to drink, I usually do not... well, I still look at it. I do not focus too much on where it comes from, the origin. However, recently I've been drinking a lot of Colombian coffee. In the end, Colombia is really good when it comes to coffee production, so there's a lot of good options. Colombia and Panama, I also really like their coffee. Costa Rica is pretty good though. I think in general, Latin America has really good. Latin America, Africa, and then lately Southeast Asia have really good coffees. Indonesia has really good coffees. And I think recently Thailand has also been upping their coffee game. I've been seeing a lot of interesting coffees from Thailand that unfortunately I also cannot get shipped. So maybe one day.そうはね、最近、まあ、ちょっとじゃなくて、ほとんどコロンビア豆を飲んでるんよね。それはわざとじゃないけど、まあ、やっぱりコロンビアがコーヒーに強いから、いろんないい種類があるよね。今日最近、まあ、ラテンアメリカは普通にコーヒーに強いけど、最近、タイランドとかインドネシアとか結構面白い豆が出てくると思う。特にタイで。インドネシアはもういろんな5年前ぐらいから、人気になってるけど、タイランドは結構最近なんだね。タイが。気になるよ。Have you ever ordered coffee beans that you end up not liking? Yeah. Unfortunately, I think there was one coffee that I did order on stream. I'm not gonna be too specific, but there was one that like, no matter how many times I brewed it, I wasn't that into. So, it is what it is. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't like every time I tried something different to make it better, it was never surprising to me. But yeah, definitely. I do not like everything I drink. Do you still finish it or give it away? I usually... depends. Depends on the bean. Sometimes I'll give it away, sometimes I'll finish it. I do give away some of my beans sometimes, but the people I give my beans away to, they usually like medium or dark roast. So I don't usually give away the light roasts. And there was like, oh, Frio, that coffee was really good. And I'm like, yeah, right? So as long as they enjoy it. Yeah, it's preferences, right? まあみんなの好みによるから。コーヒーがいいよね。いろんな種類があるから。Anyways, I was gonna say, speaking of, like, how do I segue into ending the stream now? Speaking of preferences, I would prefer to leave now. But I don't think that sounds right. So with that being said, I think we're gonna be starting to wrap up soon. まあというわけで、そろそろ終わろうかなと思ってる。Craziest segue? Yeah, no, yeah, that would be too mean. That would be too mean. Thank you guys for joining. Thank you very much for joining me today. I had a really nice time. I appreciate the minimal amount of pats on the chat. I do not like pats. I kind of was scared a bit. It's like, oh man, what if people want to send the pat emoji? I'm gonna have to go like, oh, don't touch me, don't touch me, don't touch me. But you guys held yourself back, or didn't do it. So very much appreciated. Thank you very much. No pats. I'd be like, don't touch me.そうね、今日も来てくださってありがとうございます。みんなはなでで絵文字をあげるのを控えてくださって嬉しいね。ありがとう。だって僕はなで好きじゃないから。触らないでって。触らないでってになるから。Yeah, I would have to dodge everything. Like, ultra instinct. ウルトラインスティンクトで 全部を避けないといけない。Like that. Kadita さんと一緒。Yeah, no, cats are not we are not creatures that you have to match our terms, not the other way around. But yeah, no, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for today. まあ、今日もありがとうにゃ。So before ending, I'm gonna be reading today's super chats, okay? じゃあ、というわけで、終わる前にスーパーチャットを読ませていただきます。よし、よしよしよしよしよし。You will parry that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Everything. パリパリパリ。全部パリします。Evie, thank you so much for the super chat. Salamat po. Thank you, thank you. Kairos Akuma, thanks so much for the super chat. Thank you very much. You know, actually, this is a misconception, but even though perhaps some of my cat comrades might like milk is not good for us. It's good for us when we're kittens, but us adults shouldn't be drinking milk. So no milk, just coffee. まあところでね、そのイメージがあるけど、まあ大人の猫ちゃんがミルクを飲むのが良くないから飲まないよね。コーヒーはブラックで飲みます。ねもあめさん、つぶチャットありがとうございます。ありがとう、ありがとう。こちらこそ。Foodie Mean, thank you so much for the super sticker. Thank you very much. Terima kasih. Tier, thank you so much for the Aka Super. Aka Super. Kapun Krat. Thank you very much. No petting. No petting though. Thank you very much. And thank you very much also everyone that woke up early for this stream. Yeah, just a coffee Zatsu though.わざわざ早く来てくださってありがとうね。普通のコーヒー雑談だったけど、まあ、感謝してます。Katana Neko, thank you so much for the super chat. Terima kasih. Winstel, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you very much. Terima kasih. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, no, the coffee was very friendly. Very feline friendly today. So. Thank you very much. Need some catnip? I am working right now. That's not appropriate. No, no, no. Honoka さん、スープチャットありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。言語の勉強を応援してますね。頑張ってください。Mary Baguette, thanks so much for the super chat. Thank you very much. I'm glad you enjoyed today's coffee, Zatsu. Thank you, thank you. Mint Rain, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you very much. Today was the real Suwei Mao. Why Suwei? Just Mao, right? Thank you very much. Ollie, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you very much. Thank you, 谢谢你。I'm glad you had a good time today. Thank you. DMCs, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you very much. 谢谢你。哦，早酿，谢谢。素晴らしきニュアンスだ。いい曲ですね。スーパーチャット감사합니다. Thank you very much for the super chat. That's a nice song, right? 素晴らしきニュアンス。Oh, Haroya, thanks so much for the super chat. 谢谢你。Thank you very much. Likewise, have a great day, everyone. Thank you very much. Oh, Kiki, thanks so much for the super chat. Thank you very much. I'm glad you were able to enjoy the coffee Zatsu. Thank you very much. Natsume-san, スーパーチャットありがとうございます。こちらこそありがとうございます。Thank you very much. Free, thanks so much for the super chat. スーパーチャットありがとうございます。本当に楽しみです。新しい豆ね。はい、ぜひ、ダブルビジョンいっぱい来てくださいね、みんな。Please, listen to Double Vision a lot if you guys enjoy it. Thank you very much. We'll continue being under your care. こちらこそ、よろしくお願いします。Kyle Billy, thanks so much for the super chat. Thank you very much. I'm glad you were able to find coffee beans that you liked. Enjoy, provecho. ほねこさん、スーパーチャットありがとうございます。ありがとうね。ありがとう。ダブルビジョンを聞いてくださって。Thank you. Susu, thank you so much for the super chat. 謝謝に。Thank you very much. おはみゃございます。おはみゃございます。みんな素敵な一日を過ごせますようにね。Everyone have a nice day. Very nice day today. 銀さん、スーパーチャットありがとうございます。フリニャン、ニャニャドール、フリオドールには好きな呼び方がありますか？フリオドールです。フリオドールです。I'm Freodore, but that's fine. フリオドールでいいよ。I don't know. There's nothing different about me today, so I don't know why suddenly different nicknames are coming up. 今日は別に何も変わってないから、なんで新しいニックネームが来てるってわからんね。Yeah, like suddenly a lot of new names, but I mean, if you guys, I don't know, if it's not a mean one, then it's fine, but I'm just Freodore. Miariodoro は that's the one that Isumi-san gave me, right? That one's Isumi-san's. まあ、ミアリオドールはイスミさんのニックネームだけどね。福さん、スーパーチャットありがとうございます。Thank you very much. Oh, really? There's a lot of Japanese sweets? With coffee? Interesting. レモンクリームさん、スーパーチャットありがとうございます。ありがとうね。ありがとうございます。花びらエンジョイしてください。Sora Goes, thank you so much for the super chat. Likewise, glad you were able to catch a stream. Thank you very much. Thank you. ペピさん、スープチャットありがとうございます。Thank you, thank you. そうですね、今日もいつも通りのコーヒー雑談だったね。ありがとうございます。Yeah, today was a coffee 雑談 like every other one, right? I don't know why, it seems like it's perceived differently today. But thank you very much. Thank you very much for the ordinary coffee Zatsu. Lenny, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you very much. I'm glad you enjoyed the Zatsus, and I'm glad you enjoyed Double Vision, please. It's not going anywhere, so listen as much as you like. Mitsuyo-chan, スープチャットありがとうございます。コーヒーの世界が本当に奥深いだから、いっぱい試してみてください。ありがとうね。アーカイブもよろしくお願いします。マルさん、スープチャットありがとうございます。Thank you very much. よかったですね。ありがとうございます。EV Kaler, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you very much. Thank you for being able to... I'm glad you were able to catch the coffee sets live. Hope you had a good time. Thank you very much. Kaivara, thanks so much for the super chat. Thank you very much. Heating coffee in the microwave, I mean. To each their own, right? Animal, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm not a hedgehog, I'm a cat. I'm glad you enjoyed the stream today. Thank you, thank you. Kato さん、スーパーチャットありがとうございます。頑張ってくださいね、今日も。ありがとうございます、みんな。はいびちゃん、スーパーチャットありがとうございます。Thank you very much. よかったですね。ありがとうございます。ダブルビジョンをいっぱい聞いてください。Mega Shikune, muchas gracias por el super chat, muchas gracias. Algo un poco diferente de lo usual, pero no noto qué es. Puede ser que porque cambié los filtros con los que me hice el café. Estamos usando filtros nuevos, así que es posible que el sonido fue un poquito diferente. Pero nada más eso, ¿no? Yeah, maybe what you guys find so different is that I changed the filters that I used today. So maybe during the ASMR section, the type of dripping sounded a little bit different. I think maybe that's it. Other than that, I don't think anything else changed, though. Momonga Hole, thanks so much for the super chat, Jason. Likewise, thanks so much for joining. Thank you very much. Doremili, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you very much. I'm glad you enjoyed the stream. Thank you, thank you. Rinko-san, スーパーチャットありがとうございます。新曲をお祝いしてくださってありがとうね。次の曲も頑張ります。Thank you so much everyone for congratulating us on the new song, by the way, Double Vision. Please, we'll work hard on our second song also, so. Our next song also, so. Please look forward to it, and if you guys would like, please feel free to participate in the forum. Muichiro, me parece que vi un lindo gatito. Órale, qué bueno. Bien por ti. Yo soy un gato normal, no estoy chiquito, así que soy un gato. No gatito, no gatote, soy gato. Pero ojalá puedas ver otra vez a ese gatito. Yeah, no, I'm not gatito, I'm not gatote, I'm just gato, right? Normal size. Órale, que te vaya bien. Sobres, nos vemos. Parasol Ghost, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you very much. Likewise, thank you for coming. For you, thanks so much for a super chat. 감사합니다. I'm glad you were able to get a big event. Thank you, thank you. Thanks for rooting on me. ガテンチョです。yeah, ガテンチョ. That one works, right? Tier-kun, thanks so much for the super chat. Thank you so much for the Aka Super Cup. Congrats. Could you please say... No, I'm not saying that. I'm sorry. I'm not saying that. Iwanai desu. Susura, thanks so much for the super chat. Thank you very much. Neko Banji 書いてくれてありがとう。いや、こちらこそありがとう。Dorenian, thank you so much for the super chat. I'm glad you were able to enjoy my nonchalant Zatsu. Like usual, right? Like usual, so. Thank you, thank you. It's very normal. Aru, thanks so much for the super chat. Thank you very much. What are my favorite things about being a cat? I mean, I wouldn't know, right? What are your favorite things of being you, your species? I've always been this, so it's kind of hard, you know? I don't really have any experience being something else. It's kind of a weird thing to ask, you know? What's your favorite thing of being a human? What's your favorite thing of being a hedgehog? I wouldn't know. That's all I've been, so that's all I know. But thank you. What's your favorite thing about being you then? Favorite thing about myself. It's kind of hard, you know. 僕のことのが一番好きなこと。僕の一番好きなこと。Yeah, no, that one's weird. It's like, what's your favorite thing about yourself? あれ難しいよね。自分の一番好きなこと。I like my... I don't know, I guess like, I like that I'm in a point where I... This is really weird. Like to say, I like my values? Isn't that too narcissistic though? I like that despite going through a really like a journey that required a lot of growth, I am in a point where like I can be empathetic for other people and be really strict in a mindset of improving myself. That would be my answer, I guess. Yeah, そうですね。まあ、自分の好きなことは多分、もう、昔と比べたらいろいろ成長したけど、環境をできるの なんていうの。なんか共感できるの環境を育てて、そしてまあ今の世界観と価値観が結構好きやと思うね。ちょっとナルシシスト感じっぽいだけど。Anyways, that's delving too much. まあ続きますね。I'm gonna continue. ペタンチュさん、thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Who do you mean? Thanks so much for the super chat. Terima kasih. Yeah, I'll be seeing I'll be seeing a lot of people in Anime Fest Plus in Malaysia soon this month, so please look forward to that as well. Be participating with Banta Senpai, so it's gonna be fun. First time in Malaysia, so. そうですね、後で初めてマレーシアにイベント出ますから、参加しますから、楽しみですね。カートさん、スプチャットありがとうございます。Thank you very much. よかったね。東京ドームシリでチョルス食べる。プロベチョプロベチョ。Thank you, thank you. モンチュさん、スプチャットありがとうございます。東京ドームシリコラボを楽しみ、エンジョイしてくださいね。Have fun everyone going to the Tokyo Dome City Collab, by the way. みんなエンジョイしてくださいね。楽しんでください。Mimi, thanks so much for the super chat. Thank you very much. Do you like pss, 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 or is it a no pss, pss, pss household? You can talk to me like a normal person. No need to resort to those things. No pss, 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 and no meh. That's a lie. There's no meh. That does not work. It does not work. Number one, Shang Hao Fan, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you very much. Thank you for coming. Cassie, thanks so much for the super chat. Thank you very much. Muchas gracias. Igualmente que tengan bonita tarde. Nos vemos, nos vemos. Neko-ba-chan, super chat ありがとうございます。Thank you, thank you. Thank you for welcoming. Thank you for welcoming me. Amagumotori, thank you so much for the super chat. Captain Krat. Thank you very much. Likewise, thank you for coming to the stream. Mooney, thanks so much for the super chat. Thank you very much. 谢谢你。Thank you very much. COFM, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you very much. Yeah, this was a very ordinary coffee satsu, so I'm glad you enjoyed it. Thank you very much. Nariko-san, super chat ありがとうございます。Thank you very much. Cat-like movements? I mean, it would be weird if I had other kind of movements, right, while being a cat, so thank you very much. Niadia, thanks so much for the super chat. Thank you very much. ¿Cuál es tu favorito sabor de churu? Salmón. Me gusta más el salmón que el del atún. Que el de atún. Yeah, I like the salmon churus more than the tuna ones. Salmon, tuna, chicken is my ranking. そうね、チュールならサーモンの味が一番好きですね。サーモン、後でマグロ、最後でチキン。Riz you, thanks so much for the super chat. Thank you very much. 新曲を聴いてくださってありがとうございますね。 招き猫さんも、東京ダムシティもありがとうございました。ありがとうね。ハムボンボン、Thank you so much for スーパーチャットありがとうございます。こちらこそ、いろんな参加してたものを見守ってくださってありがとうございます。京香ちゃん、スーパーチャットありがとうございます。初スーパーチャット、本当にありがとうございますね。ありがとうございます。ゆうちゃさん、スーパーチャットありがとうございます。ピクニックをエンジョイしてください。ありがとうございます。Abby, thank you. Thanks so much for the super chat. Thank you very much. Salamat po. Thank you for writing in my own language for the super. Thank you very much. Kukirun Ari, thanks so much for the super chat. Super chat. Muchas gracias por el super chat. Tarakorato gato. お母様。NIJISANJI super chat. ありがとうございます。お母様。ちょっと恥ずかしいけど来てくださってありがとうございます。スーチャットもありがとうございます。いつもありがとうございます。I was not prepared for this. それはメンタル準備してなかった。捨てなきゃった。I think I did miss a few super chats though. I remember seeing some on the, so I wanna check first. ちょっとなんかスーパーチャット画面で出てない気がするからちょっと確認しますね。ありがとうございます。お母様ね。いつも。Right. It's an ordinary stream. So, yeah, no reason to be shy, right? It's just a big honor always. 確かにね、これは普通の配信だから、恥ずかしくにゃるの意味ないですね。ただ、まあ、すごく声ですから。それだけね。いつも。Okay, yeah, I did see one super chat that got lost. 確かになんか一つ、現れなかったの、スーパーチャット見えるね。アニャさん、スーパーチャットありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。こちらこそありがとうございます。来てくださって。恥ずかしくなんとないよね。そうですね。Anyways, I was able to read all the super chats, so I'm gonna be calling it a day here, alright? じゃあ全部スーパーチャットを読めたので、ここで終了させていただきます。I'll see you guys tomorrow for some more Neodore, okay? I'm really excited to go back to playing. 明日12時に、久しぶりに2を続きますね。ニオドルは。戻るわ。Later, everyone. Hasta luego. Bye bye. No more Nia. More Neo. we're gonna be redirecting to Seal, who's just doing a normal Minecraft stream. 今ジルは普通にマインクラフトやってるからそこにリダイレクトしますね。